he holds Daniel's head, and you can feel a little bit that at this point he really feels some sort of compassion for this guy, but tries to hide it, comes back to his persona, to his cold-blooded killer. Some other directors, they don't even speak to you about emotion, but Michael goes like, here, I want you to show that he's going through this very deep memory, and suddenly he's changing. So I have to think of the music very emotionally, very dramatically.
One of the most just purely enjoyable voyages you go on, for me, is to find what the music's voice is. I love working with orchestras, particularly if you can get an orchestra to sound not the way orchestras conventionally sound. It works for me when I feel that's Vincent. I'm hearing something musically and it's Vincent.
The climax of the movie, which normally would take 4 to 7 minutes, is expanded to take more like 17 to 20 minutes. And our big objective was to not reach our dramatic climax too early. Michael was very clear about the ending taking place in 3 movements.
Put your hands on top of your head.
The end begins when Max realizes that Vincent's last victim is Annie.
1L20, I need a backup on a 187 suspect.
We call it the race to Warren. The immediate temptation was to go all out right there, when in fact what we really had to do was save our largest amount of energy for 5 or 6 minutes later. The second section being what is referred to as the cat and mouse, when Vincent is actually in the law library looking for her and she's crawling on the floor. I took all the percussion out and really wanted to feel like it was a suspended moment, like time just stood still. You see LA at night over Tom's shoulder with helicopters circling, and these glass partitions sort of refracting the light and creating all these halos and these strange sort of color schemes around the whole scene. So I was trying to choreograph the music to these very opaque and impressionistic visuals. At the same time, creating a huge amount of tension, because it's obviously a very tense moment. And the last act is the race to get on the train, and then all hell does break loose. We were extremely overt at that point, my scoring specifically what's happening.
The film, particularly through the last third of it, is very much a cascade. James Newton Howard used percussion in a really interesting way and just maintained a certain relentless energy as one event cascades into another.